But I'm going to be doing, ooh, geez, I got to take out the compost. Not a ton of time, but I was going to make my morning smoothie as usual and answer any questions. Right now, sorry, taking out my compost. I forgot that I had a bunch of it here. It's been extremely busy. I've had a lot of people asking, actually, like, where are you, Hydrogen Man? People want to see the videos, and I gotta tell you, sorry that I am unable to make some lately. It's been extremely crowded here, and I've been unable to do it. And I definitely will more in the future. I have a lot of things in the air right now, so I just haven't had the time that I would like. But with that being said, you guys can ask questions, and I'm going to show you how I make an extremely powerful, healthy smoothie. It's part of what I, quote unquote, invented, along with figuring out how to clean the water. If you guys want to see how I'm doing that, I did it before I turned on the camera, but I just turned on my carbon distiller. This is the only way you're going to clean your water all the way to practically perfection. And then, of course, I'm making the hydrogen water here for the smoothie. Don't have to, but I'll do it today. And yeah, guess everybody already left. Everybody was curious enough to jump in for 5 seconds. I forget that's the attention span of a goldfish. I think so. Everybody's probably just busy. Okay, so here we go. The first thing we do is you have to overcome nutritional deficiencies. And how is this whole spiritual? Well, think about the body. If you think of the body as, I don't know, the temple or something spiritual in general, which I personally think it obviously is. Now, I'm using this for nutrients. I actually don't use a multivitamin. Everybody's already gone. That's hilarious. Okay, so this is what I use for my multivitamin. Why? Because, well, it is, honestly, this thing always gets in the way. Little thing in here, I know I got to keep it in there, but the body responds best to food. So this is actually all from food. And it's been working really, really great. I actually use it in, I did blood work to make sure this was working good. And I also did research, and it was just super clean, meaning like no pesticides. It was extremely impressive to me. And it's been impressing me ever since. So I continue to get it. And this is Power Shake. If you guys want to check it out, you guys, I don't put a lot of links below, but you can go to ishoppurium.com if you want it. And if you want to use a discount code, you can use Uprising144K. It gives you a pretty good discount. Okay, so that's the first thing I put. Lately, I'm putting this, and I have not been putting this in my videos, turmeric. All organic turmeric. That's all it is, just ground up turmeric, or turmeric, however you want to pronounce it. This one, highly anti-cancerous, anti-inflammatory, and to me personally, I just feel like it gives it a nice flavor. So I like it. And the reason that I didn't do it before is because I thought it was so expensive. And I found these for, I don't know, $4 or something. They're quite inexpensive. And so that's how simple it is, you know, overcoming nutritional deficiencies. Look at that. That's literally all I had to put in there, guys. Okay, now more anti-cancer stuff. Maybe I should call this my anti-cancer smoothie, but the reason that I do not call it the anti-cancer smoothie is because, oh, what's going on here? What's going on here? Somebody get my stuff. The reason that I'm not calling this particular one an anti-cancer smoothie is because I'm going to put some ingredients in it that I would not put if I was, quote unquote, fighting cancer. But I'll give you an idea. Now I'm putting some flax seeds. You know what I got to do? I'm starting to realize I got to go grocery shopping. I had a really bad cheat day yesterday and made my stomach feel really, I mean, actually, I tolerated it fine. It's not that I didn't tolerate it. It just felt really heavy. I ended up going to a restaurant that didn't really have a lot of food options, and I ended up having to get spaghetti, and I honestly do not eat spaghetti. But I did yesterday, and it was one of those days. You know, can't be too antisocial all the time. Gotta go out and be normal sometimes, as they call it. But my body, you know, when you build up a certain way, you can tolerate it. It takes a while though, but my body, I mean, I could tolerate, shoot, I could probably tolerate just about anything, really, as far as food's concerned. Okay, you guys are going to see a lot of the ingredients today. The smoothie's been similar with a few changes. There's been a few changes, but there was always similarities. We are talking fruits and vegetables. I could even say why. You guys can, like I said, you guys can answer or ask questions. This is kind of your opportunity to do that because you got me here live. And so this is your time to ask questions, because otherwise that'll be that. And I can go into any subject, really, doesn't matter, whatever you guys want. I just, like I said, I had a little bit of free time. I don't know how much free time I have either. I might have a whole group of people walk in all of a sudden and then I gotta go. But I know that viewers have been asking. They're like, hey, where have you been? You know, there's been a lot of, dare I say, bad news lately. And so things have just been kind of, I don't know, I guess you could even call it stressful. Has it been stressful? Yeah, I guess it has. It's mostly, you know, sad things happen in life sometimes, you know. And so that's just what happens, unfortunately. But we have to truck along, keep moving forward, staying healthy. You know, somebody told me recently they had the same epiphany that I did, and it's a very simple one, really, but just how important your health is, how valuable it is. But most people really just take it for granted until there's something wrong, you know, and I understand that. That's very common for us humans to do that. Okay, so right now, the whole point of this smoothie, there's a lot of things that this smoothie does. In fact, that reminds me, I should have changed the title of the video actually. I've been wanting to show you guys different ways to detox that are not only practically free, that they it does multiple things. So let me explain to you what this smoothie does. Now remember, before I begin, I'm not giving you any medical advice. I'm not making any medical claims. You guys do your own thing. But you can research this, and I could pull it up on the computer and show you that what I'm telling you is real, because some people are a little shocked by some of this. This smoothie does a lot of things. So first thing, like for example, part of my protocol, I did not turn the camera when I was doing it, but the first thing I did was load up on my hydrogen water. Now, me personally, I have healthy kidneys and healthy liver, and I have super clean water, and I have the properly made hydrogen. Oh my gosh, I won't even begin to tell you that there are devices out there, which I won't name. All I can say, and there's a lot of them that use chemicals to make hydrogen, chemicals like lye and, you know, basically sodium hydroxide. But they're not even making actually proper hydrogen. It's not even pure molecular hydrogen because they don't have the technology. So they call it Brown's gas. But all I'll say again, I'm not going to name devices, but I've been contacted by people who drink that water. And I'm bringing this up because my protocol is I drink the water in the morning, empty stomach, but I would never do it with the wrong equipment because for exactly the reason that I've had emails from people saying that let's just say it caused some issues with their kidneys. And that's just because, again, I wouldn't use chemicals to make hydrogen. So that would be my first thing. But once you have the super cleanest water and you have the super clean hydrogen, that's what I drink in the morning. And then once I do that, we do the smoothie. Why the smoothie? Now, the smoothie does a lot of things for us. That's the reason I make this thing. Because this is not just like, oh, I'm just making a smoothie, you know, I'm being healthy. This does so many things. Let's start with one, helps me overcome nutritional deficiencies. Nutritional deficiencies are a big problem for just about everybody. Almost all Americans are deficient in something. Now, does that mean that, you know, everybody's unhealthy? Well, no, you can have some nutritional deficiencies and still be, you might not even notice actually. But if you want your temple, so again, this goes both spiritual, this is where spirituality and health interject in my personal opinion. But basically, you want to make sure to have absolutely no nutritional deficiencies, which is, you know, this day and age, it's tricky. It's tricky, but at the same time, I found a way, and it's not that difficult. You're literally witnessing it right now. So, okay, that's one thing that I've personally designed it to do. The other thing, oh no, we don't have enough blueberries. I'm gonna have to go grab some more, guys. My apologies. The other thing that the smoothie does is it provides our body with a lot of fiber. Now, we're not talking about just some type of fiber supplement, because by the way, there's nothing, in my personal opinion, that is even close or comparable to fiber that comes from fruits and vegetables. There is no supplement. Fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, all these things are from nature and nothing can compare to them. Let's see what else I need to grab here. Wow, I am running low on all sorts of stuff. Like I said, I really should go groceries. And so overcoming not only nutritional deficiencies, but getting enough fiber. Why is fiber important? Super, super important. In fact, one of these days I'm going to have to go dig up that study I've read. There was a study that was showing literally how much fiber we truly need. And almost nobody has seen it. It was a really old study. And organic blueberries, guys. Why? Well, anti-cancerous, anti-angiogenic. It's one of the healthiest berries there is. Berries are just good for you in general. And why not, right? Put a little too many greens in there today, but you know what I should have grabbed? Should have grabbed some bananas. I think I have them downstairs. I got a whole bowl of fruit here too. There's a lot of fruit around here on the apple tree. And pear tree and so many trees. Okay, so let's try. So the reason again that fiber is important is it has a lot of functions. And it's, well, I would say super, super important for our health. Yes, it can help regulate blood glucose. Yes, in my opinion, it helps us with the absorption of nutrients. It's almost like a time release. But one of the important, and yes, it keeps you regular and all these things that it does. Most people, I'll give you the stats actually, less than 3% of Americans, and let's put a little ginger in there, less than 3% of all the Americans, think about how many people that would be. It's probably the people watching this channel. Get the minimum amount of fiber required by the body. So that means that roughly 97% or more of Americans are not even getting the minimum. Now that's the minimum. That's not the amount that I personally would do. I do more than that for sure. The amount that our bodies really need is actually kind of mind-boggling. The number is relatively high. If I remember correctly, women need actually more than men. And don't quote me on that, but I thought I read that data. But the body needs quite a bit. Now again, why? Well, one of my favorite things that it does, and I already named some, but just to get on the little detox topic, it actually helps you detox. And we're talking heavy metals, we're talking pesticides, we're talking all sorts of stuff. And on top of that, I use the hydrogen water, which in my opinion does that too, which I'm going to start putting some in here right now, little by little. So it's a very easy way to keep the body clean and sharp and maybe even prepare it for what I would call a cheat day, because all of us will have quote unquote cheat days, or a day that's not the perfect day, as far as what we consume. And so I'm going to add minerals to it right now too. Why minerals? Well, because our food is deficient in minerals. And so let me go grab some more stuff as I keep forgetting things, obviously. Let's see, where was I at? Yeah, we're deficient in minerals, so I add them. And that's another thing that works perfectly with fiber. Back to that again. Because these fruits and vegetables, they're deficient, clearly. And let's see here, what do we need? They're clearly deficient, but they're supposed to have minerals, for example. I know a lot of people tend to think that you should get your minerals from your water, but that's fine and you can get some. But it really appears that the majority of the minerals that we actually intake come from our food. These bananas are getting kind of old, so I want to use them up. Yeah, you can see they're probably not going to be as tasty as they ordinarily would be. I'm going to take out this dark spot just because it's probably fine, but okay. So all this fiber with all these minerals, there was actually a study done on fiber with minerals of all things, and they weren't actually trying to prove. I'm going to put chia seeds this time right now. These are soaked in hydrogen water, lots of minerals. I'm really big on minerals, nutrients, overcoming all that, staying hydrated, and then of course hydrogen water just brings it all together. But again, with all honesty, I say that it brings it all together, and it really does. But I gotta say, hydrogen water does a lot of things just on its own. I mean, I've seen it do so many amazing things. In fact, I just recently got a really amazing testimonial. I was gonna do a video about it if and when I have the time, but it's a mind-blowing one. It's a mind-blowing testimonial for sure. Deserves its own video. And I say mind-blowing, it really is, but I've seen similar ones before. It has to do with the eyes and stuff. So yeah, I've seen it, and I know that hydrogen is amazing. This guy issues for over 30 years, I think. And I won't do the whole spoiler alert. I'll just wait till I make the video, but I'll tell you, properly done hydrogen, such a game changer. Because I see a lot of I shouldn't go into it too much. I'll just say that there's not a lot of hydrogen machines that I would use, even though they, you know, they're like, oh, people say it's great. I don't really go off of that. I know that a lot of people want to go off what people say, and I get it, but I tend to go off more facts, factual data. Like if there's a device that uses, I don't know, stainless steel or like I was saying, chemicals to make something like hydrogen, I don't need somebody to tell me how amazing it is. I already know that's the wrong way to do it. So, just follow the facts and data. Okay, I am going to use a little extra beat today. Let's see if you guys have any questions while I'm doing this. Doesn't look like anybody is. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. Yeah, I don't see too many people actually having questions, which would probably be, like I said, it really is a good idea. You have me right now. I don't know how much more time I have. It's 11:11. Do I need to add more beets today? Probably not a ton, because I don't think I have much room in here. This smoothie, I usually like to use my vacuum blender. I actually am rotating back and forth because, and only because, I'm making smoothies for other people, and this one's bigger, so it allows me to share. Otherwise, with the smaller one, I don't have enough for everybody. Okay. I know, people must feel, some people are like all super happy, like, oh my gosh, you make smoothies for everybody? I'm like, you know what? I kind of wish I didn't have to do that, to be quite honest with you guys. But, I want everybody happy and healthy and all that good stuff. So that's what we do. Okay, let's go with my special ingredient, natto. This stuff right here has almost as much protein as a beef steak. However, it has extremely good fiber, has a special enzyme called nattokinase or nattokinase, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And this is the raw form. I like the raw form. I know you can buy pills with the enzyme, but that's fine and all. I'm not going to say that I'm particularly super against it. But if you notice, I like to get things in their natural form, because typically according to data. That's why for my multivitamin, I don't use a pill. And I'm not against the pill. I mean, if you got to take a multivitamin, a pill, do what you got to do. But I like things in their, again, their raw food form, because data shows that it tends to be assimilated better in the body. The body just seems to know it. Probably because our ancestors and their ancestors and on it goes. That's what they ate for their nutrients. I don't think they took multivitamins. Okay, to activate natto, you stir it. Again, according to the data, it shows you should stir it at least 100 times. I know that may seem like a lot, and it probably is a lot, but you can see as you're stirring it, you're activating the enzymes, the good bacteria. They're getting all foamed up. See how they're foaming up? And this stuff is really good for you because it's not just about the enzyme. It's not just about the amount of protein it has. It's not just about the fiber that it has. It also is like a natural blood thinner, which is actually good for you too. Just a little slightly, not crazy. And it's rich in vitamin K. And boy, look at it now. It's all ready to roll. Now, some people think it's weird to put it in smoothies. This smoothie is so full of nutrients that I kid you not, just this little thing with my clean water and my hydrogen, just that. And I've had doctors call me and ask, how in the world am I getting the nutrients in my body like this? Because I don't have any deficiencies. And of course, I still remember how shocked they were when I told them what I was actually doing. They're like, what? They didn't think it was possible, actually. And they could think that it's not possible all they want, but they clearly were seeing it in my blood work, so they couldn't argue. Unless they thought that I was just lying to them, but actually the doctor did not respond that way. They did not think I was. They were just like, wow, it's incredible. Okay, let's put walnuts. This is highly anti-cancerous. Lots of good nutrients in it too. Lots of fiber, good fats, good oils. Good stuff. Now, normally I soak them in water. Today, I am short on time. And normally in hydrogen water. They're really enhancing. There's actually a way, I was going to do a video about this too. In fact, if you guys have any requests of videos, let me know now, because I feel like I have all these ideas for videos, but then I have too many and I tend to forget which one I need to make. I try to take notes and stuff, but I need to make a video about how not to get sunburn of all things, but also, this gets a little more on the spiritual side, how to extract certain benefits from the sun that you just can't ordinarily do. But I'm trying to think of the title because I don't know how to, and there's testimonials on top of it, because it was kind of an accident the way that I discovered this. Nobody knows about it yet, and but I want to figure out how to title it so people will actually either know to look for it or understand it enough to watch the video, because it's kind of hard to explain. And so, all right, guys. Well, quiet crowd today. Probably not the regulars. I used to have the regulars come in and watch a smoothie video, but like I said, I just have not been able to do it for you guys. My apologies. Okay, there we go. Somebody actually said something. Karina, how much protein does the natto have? I thought I saw somewhere that it's something like 6 grams. Also, where do you purchase it? Well, like I said, it has almost the same amount as beef. I guess you could look that up. I don't know the exact number right now off the top of my head. You know, there's certain details when I'm researching. I tend to not try to memorize certain things. I tend to try to look to see if something's good, and if I know it's good, I put that in my memory bank. And just mostly because I have so much in my head and so many, helping so many people and extremely busy, and so I don't know. I tend not to memorize the numbers. Sometimes there's some numbers that I remember. I just remember that natto has almost the same amount of protein as beef. So I can tell you. Now, I also know that it's said that you should not be eating more than roughly 3, let me think, no more than 3 packs of natto a day. Because some people eat it for breakfast and they'll have for lunch, and believe it or not, even have some for dinner. And the reason you're not supposed to do that is because it just gives you too much protein. And too much protein is not necessarily a good thing. I know everybody's hyper focused on getting a massive amount of protein, but if you look at the actual data, the people who live the longest are the people who actually consume the least amount of protein. My personal opinion is that you should try to basically not do what I would call empty calories, because that's just wasting you away fast. What I would do is I want to get the most um, the most nutrients I can per calorie. So basically, that's mostly, well, fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, these type of things. Again, natural food. Basically, natural food is really what it kind of comes down to. Because even if I were to have beef, I would probably have I would have it within reason. I know that some people, well, they're actually changing their mind. There's some people who are like, oh, carnivore or nothing, and that's fine. I got no problem with the way people eat. People can eat donuts all day long. You know, nobody. I'm not going to pay the price. They're going to pay the price, so that's up to them. But there was a guy who's actually quite famous, wrote a whole book on it about the whole carnivore diet, and now he's starting to change his tune a little bit. And he's like, okay, maybe it's not a good idea to just eat nothing but meat. And he's like, I've learned some things since I wrote my book. And I'm thinking, yeah, you went out and told everybody to do one thing, dude. And okay, but that happens a lot. I've seen that a lot. But all I can tell you is that I think a diet with zero fiber is, I don't know if it's the best idea for longevity. I mean, you can do it for short term for different things, but yeah, fiber is just too important for keeping the body clean and regulated, as far as I can see. What's funny is that study that was done, I think it was a long time ago, decades ago. Nobody ever tried to really repeat it. It's almost like they try to do a hush hush about it, but I don't understand why they would care so much about people understanding the magic of fiber. And then, of course, how little we actually consume. Um, Kind of the same thing goes for hydration, except I do think that people are figuring out how important hydration is. And then, let alone hydrogen, very few people know about hydrogen. And even the people who do know about it, a lot of companies out there, boy, they don't even really understand that you need to make it a certain way, use it a certain way. Like, it's terrible. I've seen some of the craziest stuff in the world of hydrogen, stuff that I would never do. And people just think, no, it's fine, it's fine. I don't know if people are either lying to themselves or lying to others. I don't know. Some people really believe things no matter what. And I'm not married to my ideas by any means. It's always just trying to find what's best. And as far as where you buy the natto, you were asking, the store. You just go to the store. You're gonna find it in the freezer. You have to freeze them, and then when you defrost them, you consume them within a certain amount of days, typically within 3 days. Maybe a week's kind of pushing it. Now, that doesn't mean that it won't be good after a week. It just won't be as strong. So I usually rotate mine from the freezer to the fridge, consume them, rotate them, to always keep them as fresh as possible. But usually stores, usually like Japanese food stores, sometimes you can find them at Korean food stores, and even sometimes you can find them at Chinese food stores. So depending on where you're looking. All right, well, look at this, guys. We actually made it. I can't wait to drink this. I feel like I'm forgetting something, though, to be quite honest. What am I forgetting? Thought I put everything in here today. Don't like when the bananas get this old, but hey, it happens. I buy them from a place sometimes that they're overripe, but it gives you a better deal, better price. And, do the smoothies get expensive? They're not. I thought that they would be initially because you have to buy all this stuff. But if this is all I consume in the mornings, then yeah, not so bad. Actually, quite affordable. I just noticed I buy less of other things. Okay, let's see if this will blend. Let me put a little more hydrogen water in here, guys. And normally I would let it sit a while. There's even a vacuum blender that I use, and that one preserves the nutrients, makes it taste better, less air in the smoothie. It's so much better. In fact, I'll show you. I mean, this is why I'm not using it today, but it's this one, and it's just smaller. and it just doesn't hold as much. So when I'm making one for myself, no problem. If I was making it for 2 people, still not much of a problem. But if I start going for 3, then that's just not enough. So today we're doing it this way. All right, guys. Well, again, good to see everybody. I felt bad when I was getting messages from people saying, "Hey, we miss you. Where have you been?" And I was like, "Oh, I know. One of these days, I'm gonna have to get my own place. It's just so expensive these days, as you can imagine, and I've been contemplating a move, but there's just been things getting in the way the whole time." Okay, let's blend it. Do you think it's gonna blend? Let's find out. All right, let's see. Yeah, Terry says, "Hey, Greg. Good to see you're back." Yeah, just for a little bit. I'll be leaving. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's try. I did forget something, guys. Okay, so this is how. You know what? I knew it. I knew I was forgetting something. Let's add super magical ingredient. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pour a little bit of this out because there's not enough room. There might be enough room, but I'm gonna add an ingredient that I've been adding lately for many reasons, but one of the reasons is that it appears to be a glutamine blocker. Okay, so let's try this. And it has a lot of other health benefits, but let's try this. Dangerous to take the top off while I'm doing that because it's just gonna go everywhere. Whoa, see? It's already moving. Okay, I'm putting green tea in here, guys. From Japan. It's not Chinese. I would not use. A lot of things I don't use from China. Sorry, guys. Okay, you can turn it up a little bit. There we go. There it goes. Okay. Why green tea? Like I said, so many health benefits, but I'm looking for glutamine blocker. Let's see how it tastes. Wow, that's quite good today. You know, the green tea with the turmeric and all this stuff, super amazing. Okay, now, this is absolute. So, although I put the powder in there, the powder comes from food, for my nutrients. There's one thing that you just can't seem to get enough from your food, D3 with K2, and this one comes in its ionic form. Vitamin D is so important. I can't even begin to emphasize how important vitamin D is. There's a doctor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He actually runs an entire hospital. He is probably the number one expert in vitamin D. He's used it on a lot of patients. And the differences that he's seen, the patients, it's just amazing. Patients recover so much faster. Obviously, bones are healthy. I think it even helps with, depression and all this type of stuff. Okay, let's try this. Oh yeah, that changed the flavor, but I like it. Very good. Okay. Long time no see, brother. Hope you are doing well, says Focus Focus. Hey, you too, buddy. Yeah, I think I'm, honestly, I think I'm just about done here. Any last questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to sit down here and have my smoothie. And today, I will probably not stick around for too many questions. So this is your last chance, anybody out there? I'm going to sit down, and one of the things I like to do when I'm drinking my super awesome hydrogen smoothie here, and I could look up somebody was asking about how much protein in beef or the natto or whatever. I can answer a few questions. It's really good. Came out good today. Wow, this has a lot of good stuff in it today too. Good luck getting those things in your body. Some people say, you're putting too much stuff in there. And I get it. It's just that it's hard to get all this stuff in you if you don't put it in there. And so, okay, let's see here. Very delicious. Okay, let's see if there's any last questions, and then I like to inhale my hydrogen, which again, I would not do with the wrong equipment. By the way, doctors are starting to realize this, at least top doctors. Most people are not. Top doctor from Japan only recommends using the highest purity of hydrogen, does not recommend Brown's gas or cheap products. He says it's actually, in his opinion, dangerous because of the way hydrogen works and goes past blood-brain barrier and all this stuff. But I'll tell you this much: inhaling hydrogen while I have my smoothie is part of my protocol. Okay, so let's see if we can answer that person's question. Let's see here. How much protein does, let's say, 1 gram of beef have? Let's see. 0. 0? Really? Okay. Okay, how much protein does 1 ounce? How's that? How much protein does 1 ounce of beef have? How's that? 7 grams. Okay. Now, let's say, how much protein does 1 ounce of natto have? 5 grams. So 1's 7, 1's 5. Pretty close. Pretty close. Okay, let's see here, guys. I should have had this closer to me. All right. Focus, have you ever heard of king coffee with spores and mushrooms? King coffee. Mm-mm. You know what my personal opinion with coffee is I try to, well, let's pull it up. King coffee. I tend to always just want clean coffee. And I say that because coffee is so heavily sprayed that I need it extremely clean if I'm going to drink it. So King Coffee, organic. Okay, so they're organic. Premium gourmet organic coffee. Ooh. You know what I really want though? This one's dark roast. When it comes to coffees, I actually want the lightest roast possible because from the research I've done, the darker the coffee, the worse it is for your health. You want the lighter roast. And let's see what they did. Gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free. Yeah, well, of course. It's coffee. It looks good. Looks interesting. I'm looking at the website right now. Gourmet coffee, but it does look like it's. I got to look at all their different roasts. But yeah, no, I've never tried it. Interesting. Thanks for sharing. But no, I never tried it. Let's see. Focus says, I noticed ananas. I don't know what ananas. And broccoli are not so good to use in smoothies. Well, yeah, I don't put broccoli in my smoothie because they cause reactions and change flavor quickly. Yeah, I try to be cautious about the flavors. I do not put broccoli, but I will put broccoli sprouts, which I just ran out yesterday, actually. Mm. Solomon says, hello, my good friend. How great to see you again. A little late, but got to see you live. Was missing seeing your lives. Have a great one, King Solomon. Oh, thank you, Mr. Solomon. Great name. Yeah. So let's see here. What would you guys say? Here's a guess. What has highest amount of fats? What do you think is like the highest thing in fats? Mm, well, interesting. Nuts, seeds, oh, processed foods, of course. Dairy products are most common source of fat. Oh, and modern Western diet. No, I want to see what's the highest in fats. Really fatty cuts of meat, meat products, butter. Oh, I love butter. Lard, that would make sense. Cheese and cream. Well, oh, chocolate. Really? Chocolate has a lot of fat? Interesting. Yeah, I'm always trying to learn some new stuff. I've been using, it will remain nameless. Don't type it in because you'll probably be wrong. Um, there's something that I'm using, a product that's for, once I say it, everybody's going to guess wrong. And I know what you guys are going to say. I'll just say this product is for cleaning certain things out of the body that are not good to have in the body. They rob us of nutrients, create a lot of free radicals, just wreak havoc inside of our body. And this particular product that I'm using, the reason I can't share all this information is because YouTube will just, you know how they are. They'll just find some excuse to kick you out of here. So that's why I'm being so cautious with my language. But this product actually works with fat. So you need fats in order for it to work better. So that's why I was talking about it. Here. All right, guys. Well, I'm pretty much done here. I'm enjoying my smoothie, breakfast, and maybe go for a hike or grocery shopping today. Let's see, Greek yogurt. That's an idea. Actually, what is the highest? Let's see. Highest fat. Let's see. Oh, so for vegetarians, it would be nuts. Nuts have the highest amount of fats. Pistachios, almonds, pecans, pine nuts, walnuts, and I actually eat all those. I put a lot of nuts in my salads and stuff. Okay, let's see. Karina says, do you have a video on how to properly deep clean my pure water distiller? You know, no, because that company, they pretty much have stuff like that. You can find their channel, you can email them, and they should have that information for you. And I think it's just a little more of they use lumen and they use some other thing to clean their distillers. Mine is just super clean because of certain, I put RO water in my distiller, so it doesn't really get that dirty. Plus, the source water's good. But smoked salmon, there you go. I love smoked salmon. Good one. All right. Well, guys, all I can see is nuts, seeds. Yeah. I need, 25 foods that are highest in fats. They're probably all, yep, macadamia nuts, pecans, pine nuts, walnuts, hazelnuts. Yeah. All the nuts and seeds. Ooh, hemp seeds. I eat those quite regularly. Cashews, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds. I eat those quite regularly. Chia seeds. I eat those all the time. There you go. Okay. Ooh, coconut meat. I love coconut meat. Oh, oats, really? Seaweed. That is kind of surprising. Seaweed has fats in it. Look at that. Oh, the natto has fats in it. I eat that too. Wow, a lot of these on the list that I eat. Interesting. Well, good. Very good. Okay, guys, any last questions or comments? Good to see you all. I'm gonna have more. This came out really good today. Creamier. You know, the one thing that surprised me, putting it into smoothies, it's one of the reasons I didn't put it in today. I have this whole thing of apples from the tree, but they're kind of tart, and it kind of didn't go super well with the smoothie. It would be fine, but wasn't my favorite. Okay, guys, like I said, I think I'm gonna say goodbye. I think you guys have your last, had your last comments and questions. Thank you, everybody. Hope it was helpful. And we'll just see you guys next time on the next one. I will be making, oh yeah, thanks for all the thumbs up, by the way. I saw that 7 people gave one, so thank you, that's kind of you. I will say that I'm definitely gonna be making more. Just things have been hectic and difficult, but I will do my best. And if I don't release them right away, just be a little patient, I will release them. And that's it, guys. So thanks everybody for hanging out. I'll see you guys next time on the next one. See you later, focus, focus. Fist bump. All right, see you guys.